Are you losing sales because you're talking too much on sales calls? What's up, my friend? Coach Grant Eilertson here, and today we're going to dive into silence as a weapon on sales calls.
I was waiting for one of y'all to say something.
You're like, damn, this has gone on too long. Something to be aware of and to practice is a lot of times, silence is a weapon.
Yeah.
A very powerful one. And when there's space in the universe, the universe hates a vacuum, right? Like there's no place you can go where there's just nothing. It's always filled. So people will always fill space if you give it to them. And I almost feel like you're thinking so much while she's talking about what would be a good thing to say next that would sound good and move the sale forward, that you're disconnecting a bit from her. And that's, it'll cripple your sales to be disconnected from them. And so something to practice would be like, she was willing and ready to keep talking. You found that out because you kind of stumbled on her a little bit, right? Oh, sorry, keep going.
Yeah.
If you want her to keep going, just leave some space and to nudge her along. Oof. These sounds that we make as people can tell a lot without our words. So, and she was telling me all of the things that she does, including like, she runs 2 companies, she's got kids, and she's doing charity work in a whole different place than she even lives. What I would probably have done was something along the lines of, whew, you're busy. I would just apply a label. You're busy. And she would go, yeah, I really am, and talk about it. And then that would open up the door to say, well, I'm just curious, with all the time you spend doing things for other people, who takes care of you?
Yeah.
Just curious. Who takes care of you? With a tone of compassion, because I'm there with her. Think about it, dude. She's got a couple kids, a couple businesses. That's got to be a lot on her plate. And she probably lets herself fall through the cracks. And if she feels seen and understood in that, and it's like, oh my gosh, someone sees that I'm doing all this stuff. Yes, I do deserve some help. She might be open to it. When right now, if we were to just dissect the call as it is, she might get to the end and think that if she takes care of herself, it's taking away from work, it's taking away from the family, or it's taking away from one of the charities. And women are so much more just stereotypically than men concerned with everyone else in the picture and instead of themselves, where men tend to be a bit more self-serving in their decision-making process. It's not a hard and fast rule, but just know that especially when you're communicating with a woman, she's thinking about all these other things where her time is already being allocated. And if you can't paint your offer in terms of like, 1, you need to take care of yourself. 2, you deserve it. 3, doing that won't necessarily take away from all of what you're doing now, but it'll add to it. Now you've created an environment where she might think, oh yeah, it only makes sense for me to do this, because sales is really just making the cost of inaction feel more painful than the cost of seeing dollars leave the bank account. Right.
Yeah.